Hi there. Time for a little stream of consciousness. It is Sunday, early afternoon, March 8th, 2020. Time to set the clocks. Um, for daylight savings time, it is Journal 295, T plus 334. Um, you can file this under man plans and God laughs. One of my grandmother's favorite expressions. May she rest in peace. Um, and as I get older, I realize the wisdom in that more and more and more. It's been a crazy couple of days post Thursday's visit to the City of Hope. Uh, didn't really talk about the visit very much on Thursday's post because I was still processing. And that's probably what knocked me out of the box on Friday as well. Um, that and the need to return to the City of Hope on Saturday for an infusion of immunoglobulin. Not easy to say that very many times quickly, but immunoglobulin. I needed an infusion. One of the reasons for that is that my white count was up, kind of unexplainably, inexplicably. We don't know. We don't know why. Hopefully, it'll return to normal, especially now with the infusion. Uh, Also, my hemoglobin had dropped. I share these things, by the way, because that's how this blog started in the first place, chronicling my journey through this bone marrow cancer and transplant adventure of mine. So over the last 6 weeks, the last three visits, my hemoglobin level has dropped slightly each time. And we're not sure about why that is. We are getting ready. I say we, it's a majestic plural because there's only going to be one of us on that table when they do the bone marrow biopsy again. Getting ready for my sixth bone marrow biopsy to find out what's going on in there because we're hitting the 1 year anniversary of the transplant. So that's kind of an exciting exciting event in many different respects, and exciting in both positive and negative terms, I suppose. But the infusion, I fully intended to post on Saturday because I really didn't think the infusion was going to take that long or knock me out quite as powerfully as it did. But it did. We had a 1 o'clock appointment at the City of Hope. We got there in time and got all set up. It took a little bit longer to get set up than I anticipated. Not because it isn't supposed to, just because my perception of what was going to happen was wrong. Saturday was a good day to be down there because it was virtually empty. Could actually get a parking space, which was unusual at the City of Hope. It's difficult, challenging, and then you get the infusion, and the infusion takes a lot longer than, or it took a lot longer than I thought it would. We realized afterwards that it was a 3.5 hour process once it got started, and they give you, hydrocortisone, and they give you Benadryl along with it for different purposes. Among them to prevent or to mitigate an allergic reaction to the immunoglobulin, and basically, it was harder on Leslie than it was on me because we brought our lunch with us and we were eating lunch, and the nurse had just started the infusion when we started eating our lunch just after the nurse started the infusion and put the Benadryl in, and basically came in and said, "You better eat fast because you're going to be gone in about 10 minutes. And boy, she nailed it. It was right on. Within 10 minutes, I was zonked out and pretty much slept for the next 3 hours. And was pretty out of it when I did get myself together. But between that and some other things that are going on, obviously with COVID-19 and the coronavirus, and the nature of vulnerability for folks in my demographic and people that are immunocompromised or in a weakened state, regardless, you find your world getting smaller very quickly. So we were going to get together for, my first anniversary birthday with some friends and family, and we had to postpone and cancel that because I really shouldn't be around anybody, especially folks that are flying in from someplace else. The big threat, of course, is the fact that you don't know who's carrying the disease. Somebody may be carrying the disease that's not presenting, may not have the flu, but is carrying it around with them. And I had a speaking engagement that I was really looking forward to, that I didn't have to fly to, that I had permission to go to prior to COVID-19. And on Thursday, when we were talking to the doctor about that event, he basically shook his head and said, "No, you really shouldn't be around any large groups of people or people in general. If my kids had their way, they'd wrap me in bubble wrap and keep me in the house until May. I'm not sure that I can do that mentally or physically, but we'll see what happens in the meantime. But I am back. I have an attitude of gratitude. I feel good about where I am. I feel fine. And I guess that's the important thing. My good friend, Paul Collison, my friend and coach, calls it the Mitch meter, and the Mitch meter says things are okay. So we'll have to figure out what's going on with the hemoglobin and with the white cell count, see what they're indicative of at my next visit, and see what's going on. And that'll be 2 weeks from my last visit, which should be the 19th. We'll be talking many times in between. In the meantime, stay well, take care. That's it for now. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.